We've become obsessed with hearing things better. Better speakers, better microphones, better phone calls, better headphones. We've learned how to cancel noise, amplify voices, personalize sound, and even let the outside world back in with the touch of a button. But while our technology keeps getting smarter, misunderstandings are still running the original release. So today, we're talking about AirPods Max, Beats Studio Pros, and all the things we still don't hear. Technology gives us the topic. Humanity gives us the meaning. Welcome to the tech side of life.
Welcome to the tech side of life, where technology meets humanity. Technology gives us the topic. Humanity gives us the meaning. What we discover in between is what we're revealing. The tech side of life.
On that note, as I told you a few weeks ago that I was in the market for some over-the-air headphones.
Some conversations you plan, others just happen. And actually, none of the conversations between Jermaine and I are planned. And this is one of those. It started with headphones, but here's where it took us.
Because I really got tired of AirPods Pro 2. I believe I have some AirPod Pros 2s. But before that, I had the regular ones.
Yeah.
And they were great. No complaints about that experience. It definitely was an upgrade from the single Bluetooth things that everybody was using back in the day before Apple came out with those.
Yeah.
And so, I love the experience of moving from that to those to have the features that those brought. And they were like game changer when they came out
Yes.
back then. But I think over the years, what happened is that I grew tired of having something in my ear. And AirPod Pros 2 had an issue, well, for me personally, because, it's subjective to everybody's ear, but the silicone or whatever the material is that comes with that you're plugging in, for some people it sits there better than others.
Yeah.
So it didn't sit in my ear really well, so it kept falling out. So what I ended up having to do was to buy some memory foam, aftermarket memory foam tips that kind of conform to the ear a little bit better, so it wasn't falling out as frequently. And so that's what made AirPod 2 the Pro 2 work better for me. I just got tired of the in-ear thing, and also the other thing that started to happen to me is that it started to irritate the inner part of my ear. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give these overhead this overhead experience a chance.
I've had every single popular headphone. So I've had all the iterations of the AirPods. Then I had the AirPod Pros, and then I had the AirPod Maxes. I've had every iteration. I've also had Beats when they were popular. I had the first pair of Beats Studio Pro. Then I had the Beats Studio, and then the iterations of the Pro line.
Okay.
So
the Studio is a upgrade from the
Yes,
Pro.
The Studio is like the name says, the Studio, so it gives you that fully enveloped sound as the audio technician and the artist want that sound to come across.
Right.
So what I can say about Beats is, because they were made by a audiophile, if you will,
right.
Dr. Dre, he knows music. He knows what he wants you to hear, and I have a good friend who's in the music industry, and I've always asked him, why do you all have the music so loud when you're recording? But he explained there's things we want you to hear in the music, and that has to translate through the headphones. And what I've also learned is, through most headphones that are out there today, even the most recent ones, you get the better audio experience when you are connected by cord into the computer, because you have that lossless audio feature that a lot of the headphones offer. And like I said, we've got a couple here. Like these pair here, for instance. This is some of the Bluetooth. This is the more professional, the Polycom. They got the one ear. It's not good for audio, but it does a great job for phone calls.
Okay. Is that more of their focus?
Polycom is business.
Gotcha.
So you focus on, if you want to hear audio, you're going to hear audio, but you're not going to get what the artist, not even remotely what the artist intends you to hear.
Right.
But like you said, I've had the over-the-ear experience. I've had the in-ear, and lately I've been AirPod Pro 2. This is my go-to. And you mentioned earlier about customizing them. So I do have the cushion.
Okay, you have
they have the cushions on here.
Memory foam?
Yeah, memory foam. And
so were you having the same issue?
No, I've never had the issue where it falls out, but after prolonged use with the standard ear cushions that come with it, it starts to be a little painful.
Okay.
Now with those, with the memory foam, no issues whatsoever. I can have them in all day, and not only does the battery go well, but the comfort level is up there because it's not that hard plastic.
Right.
Once again, looking at Apple and how they think about their products, they're very thoughtful when it comes to what they develop and how they develop it. And that's true with the AirPods Max.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that, but I think I lost the interest in having a full over the ear. Plus, there are some limitations to the AirPod Max.
Right. And you had, what version of the AirPod Maxes did you have?
I had the first version, the very first version that came out, and then I had the AirPods Max 2 as well.
Okay. A couple things that I learned from the first USB-C version was that they kind of, you don't want to drop them.
No.
Because they scratch
easily.
pretty easily.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to get any accessories like to protect the covers or anything. I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah.
But with these, after realizing that the first ones I had at first scratch easily, I decided, well, if I'm going to get them, I want to make sure they're protected because I'm particular about, I don't like my stuff scratched up and looking like
me
garbage.
Either. That's why I have a case on everything I have.
Exactly.
Like the design flaw that I don't like about this is that's the only folding they do, which you have in your house. They don't collapse better.
Right.
And then the casing, the material, the aluminum that they use on that, it's prone to scratches. And that's what forced me to get the covers like you have.
Right.
When I had mine, is I had them on something. I was at the gym, let the weights down, and I was getting up from the bench, and it scraped the headphones scraped against the bar.
Okay.
And I'm like, here's a scrape. And now I got to cover them up because I don't like my electronics to have scratches on them. Yeah.
So that was the first versions that you had.
Yeah.
Without the
Yeah.
So mine's, the reason why I realized it was scratched easily is because this same case, actually, we're gonna talk about this case in a second. But I had them inside this case and it wasn't zipped up. So they fell outside of the case, and it fell onto the carpet, but it brushed up against the metal surfacing of the table, and it just a slight. Maybe somebody who isn't like you and I,
right? Exactly.
It may not, be a thing, but I was like, oh, okay. So when I got these versions, I was like, okay, I guess I will definitely have to be getting a cover for them. And so I said, so I leaned into that.
Yeah.
And so I decided to get some interesting, mix and matches and so forth. And so I wanted to do the vintage vibe. So I got these covers that has this vinyl design on them and some protective covering here and so forth. And I actually quite like it. I thought that at first it would cheapen the experience, but these are actually pretty.
They look good.
I was like, okay, they add some personality, and I quite like them. And so this is one set, and I also got these as well, which is from Spigen.
I love their products.
And they have some really good phone cases.
Yes.
As well. And so there's a version of these that are also for your phone case. I think the iPhone 17, they made something that has the same type of design.
Shout out to Spigen. If you're listening, please sponsor us. We love that.
And so the other thing I was thinking about in terms of use case is that working out.
Yeah.
So I did not want to. These are quite expensive. I love that they're removable.
Yes.
And I think that's one positive over some of the other phones.
Yeah.
That was a great choice. And because they're removable, you can remove them when you're doing an activity that may be like working out and get something else.
Get a different pair for your workouts.
And get a different pair for your workouts.
Yes.
But I didn't buy the different pairs from Apple. So I did some research and everybody reviewed this product good, and the link will be in the description. But I decided to get these because these were like $22.
Yeah.
And I tested them out back to back, sound wise, because part of what makes these sounds great, and how the noise canceling works is the cushion
material.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one of the things that this company talked about was that they were developing that they didn't want to mess with the sound. They want to make sure that the sound was as it's supposed to be, and that the noise cancellation works as it's supposed to, and so forth. And so I tested that out, and I can't detect the difference.
I did the same thing when I had mine. I bought aftermarket, and that's another. It's a pro and a con.
Now some of these aftermarkets are garbage, though.
Yes.
Yeah. So you gotta don't go crazy. You don't make sure.
Look at the reviews.
Well, we're gonna put the link to these in the description, so that I highly recommend these. I can't speak to the other stuff.
Yes.
But I can talk about.
But I will say that's the kind of one of the pros and cons of Apple is they develop great products, but some of these great products, the price point is just unattainable for some people who really want to enjoy the products. And I think Apple is realizing that now. So when we stepping outside of the headphone zone, if you look at the phones, that's what brought about the advent of the iPhone, the E version of the iPhone. That's Apple saying, okay, we realize the price point might be a little too high for some people to attain, and we want everyone to enjoy it. Look at the MacBook Neo. Actually, I bought that day when it was released. Great laptop. Price point is perfect. It allows you to get that entry point into Apple for the laptop space.
Run Mac OS.
Mac, and it's great. The iPad Air, that lowers the price point so people can get the iPad experience or just the regular iPad.
Right, I was about to say.
Because that price will come down. So I think Apple is realizing that, and I think they attach the premiumness, for lack of a better word, to the AirPod Max and hopefully the AirPod Ultra that are coming, that are forthcoming.
Last thing I have to say about these is this is one of the first accessories that I bought is this case, and there's a lot of these on the market. I'll leave this in the description as well, but it works well. I know some people are more on the minimalist side. I don't know if you're a case person as with these, but what I have found myself doing is, because I have this protection here and I have this on here, most of the time when I'm walking out of the house with them, I actually just use them. I just put them in here.
I never liked the purse.
And I get that there's a lot of criticism with it, but I think because of a lot of the criticism is because it has a lack of protection.
Yeah, right. And it's just
and some people don't like the look of it.
The function of it to me is it's not there. Again, great product.
There are people who love it because of the minimalism part of it.
Definitely.
And so I think adding the protection in the areas where it's necessary, here, the back plate, whatever, you can use this and let this be, because it doesn't impede how this functions. Adding these accessories.
And it actually adds function to it. So when you put the headphones into that specific case, the magnets tell the headphones to go to sleep.
Right.
So there is some function there.
Right. And then also charging it, I don't have to take it outside of this.
Right.
Where with this, I do have to take it outside of this.
But this is more of a travel case.
Right. This is more of a travel case. Right.
So you're not expected to plug your headphones in the travel case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So day to day, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And because, like I said, I'm not worried about it, but it has the accessories do it. So if you have these, and that's what the point of it, if you have these and you're looking for a better way to live with them, maybe some of these accessories will help make that a more make them fit into your life just a little bit better.
So I think you kind of answered this, but let's ask the formal question.
Mm-hmm.
What made you choose the AirPods Max over, let's call the Beats brand, or Sonos, all the different brands that are out there right now?
I actually really like the way these look.
Mm-hmm.
From a design perspective, I, for whatever reason, they always make me think of vintage styling merged with modern.
Yes. Sort of like these.
Yes, these have that vibe too.
These are studio headphones.
Yeah.
But they have that 1970s
exactly
feel to them.
Yeah.
Like I'm Stevie Wonder and I'm rocking out to my newest track.
Yeah. So I would definitely say, and you know, and doing my research for these as well, I know that they're extremely popular. There's a whole fashion aspect to that, and I get it because, you know, they look great, and the accessories that people can pair them with lean into the customization of the fashion, because there's so many of these on the market for whatever you want to. You could match it to whatever you're wearing.
That is true.
And you could, you know,
and
so there's that.
So I will add. So my reasoning for choosing the AirPods Max the AirPods Pro 2 is, as I mentioned, I look at, number one, the ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
All of my devices, I have every single Apple device that they manufacture or make.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the Mac Mini, the MacBook Pro.
Oh, that's a big part.
The phone, the iPhone, the iPads, plural, because I'm one of those now. My iPad Mini is right by the bedside, or if I want to play games, I play it on the Mini. But my iPad Pro, the 13-inch, I use that kind of my laptop replacement, even though I do have the MacBook Pro,
right,
and I have the Mac Mini.
Right.
But when it comes to the headphones, there's a seamless integration with everything in the Apple ecosystem. So as they market it, I could be watching the video on my iPad, do the audio on the AirPods. Phone call comes in, I can switch to my phone. It seamlessly switches over. And when I say seamlessly, meaning there's almost zero lag time in the time it takes for it to pair to the next device. The Apple TV, it pairs to the Apple TV with no problem. So the ecosystem just plays very well. And, you know, I've had the Beats Studio, and although Beats Studio, in my opinion, offer a slightly better audio experience, they don't, even though, and they are owned by Apple, forgot to mention that,
right,
but they don't have that seamless switch over. You have to manually tell the Apple device, this is what I want to listen to, this is the device I want to use to listen to this. So when I bought this Beats, the only reason I bought the Beats was because I wanted to have that slightly elevated, and a very slightly elevated audio experience. The price point, even though, I have the AirPods Max and I spent the money for those, but that lower price point, I said, let's just try something different. Going from the first version of the AirPods to the AirPods Pro 2, yes, there have been some noticeable improvements, like the noise cancellation, the adaptive noise.
And once those things, but to your point, once it's doing what you bought it to do,
what more can you do?
Then, you know, and the other thing is, a lot of times, what would become the issue if you've had it long enough is the battery.
Yeah.
So you can go and, at least, if I'm talking about Apple, you have Apple Care, whatever, or if you don't, you could go and get the battery softener, because I need to do that right now with my MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
And then just keep it, keep it moving as long as it's working.
Serviceable. Serviceability of it.
Yeah, it's still there. You don't need to upgrade to the latest and greatest thing. Just enjoy what you got.
Yeah, enjoy what you have.
Because there's a lot there to be enjoyed. Half of the time, people don't even know what they got.
They really
they
don't.
haven't even dived into the features of what they got.
Yeah, until they look at it and see, well, what do I have?
Right, and they're buying something else and they haven't enjoyed what they got. So that's what I would encourage you to do. Enjoy what you have, and if especially if it's software related. We just got a WWC.
Yeah, WWDC 26.
And guess what? Whatever iPhone that you got, you're about to have a very different experience on that. Your iPad,
from the software only.
Right, and it's gonna be, from what I hear, it's gonna be a really good upgrade.
Yes.
And so, you don't have to buy a new phone for that.
Yeah.
And so, or a new whatever.
Yeah.
For that. So for the most part, now if you're on some old shit, it's like 7 years old.
Yeah, if you're on 7-year-old tech,
listen.
I mean, you're not really a techie, but
right.
But let me just say,
yeah,
if you have old tech, the good thing about a lot of the Apple software and now some of the Android software and Windows, it's backwards compatible to a lot of the older generations of tech.
Right.
But there are some things where you do have to step it up and get the next, get the next experience up.
Right. Yeah. But we have so much more to come.
Yes.
And we're excited to talk to you about that. A lot of good stuff. But as we talked about before, we are young. We are young in this space, and there's a lot of competition out there. And if you are loving what we have been serving so far, it's never been more important that you subscribe.
Yes.
And so
and comment.
Oh, that part.
Yeah.
'cause
Comment on what you like, what you don't like.
and just enjoy the conversation that we're
enjoy
having.
the conversation.
And so, because YouTube loves, the algorithm loves that conversation. So
They do.
we will be there to have that conversation with you in the comments.
Yes.
Look out for the poll question for this episode, and let's mix it up.
And sponsors. We are readily available for your sponsorships.
Amen. Bills need to be paid.
Yeah, they do.
Thank you for watching, and if you're listening, thank you for that too.
Yes, it's been a great conversation. On to the next one.
Bye.
Bye.